I don't agree with Tarantino, but I'm not going to be mad at him for being honest. What's up, everybody? So, the big hubbub these last couple of days is Quentin Tarantino's comments about Paul Dano's performance in There Will Be Blood alongside Daniel Day-Lewis. Now, I can understand how people are upset about this, because I, like many other people, I think Paul Dano's a really good actor. I actually do think he did a really good job in There Will Be Blood. At the same time, do I think he measured up next to Daniel Day-Lewis? Not really. And I know the argument for a lot of people is that, well, who does, measure up to Daniel Day-Lewis in a movie that he's in? And fair enough. Daniel Day-Lewis is one of those actors that, he's just so magnetic and so incredible in what he does that everyone he kind of dwarfs everyone else in comparison. So I don't think Paul Dano is unique in that way. At the same time, I don't think it's that kind of performance where, let's say, Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino, or Christopher O'Donnell and Al Pacino. I know there's kind of maybe a reoccurring theme with those two examples, but it still, I think, drives home the point. Sometimes a co star doesn't bring it as much as the lead, nor should they necessarily. But I'm not going to be mad at Paul Dano for that because I think the movie actually benefits from that because it really is. I don't agree with Tarantino that it's a two-hander. I know that in the story, those two characters of that Daniel Day-Lewis and Paul Dano play are, antagonistic. That's the one of the main conflicts in the movie. But it's an absolute I don't think it's technically a two-hander. I think it's just a Daniel Day-Lewis movie. It's the story of Daniel Plainview. And yes, Paul Dano does, play off of him. He's, the quote unquote bad guy, but not really. But I'm not in it for Batman versus the Joker. I'm not in it for Thor versus Loki. I'm in it for Daniel Day-Lewis. And I think most people are in it for Daniel Day-Lewis, unless you're in it also for Paul Thomas Anderson, which I understand. And the other thing that I want to talk about is that, you know what? One of the things that always bothers me about Hollywood interviews is that no one has anything real to say. Everyone always says the same thing no matter what. Oh, that person's such an amazing person to work with. I loved every moment of it. Oh my God, this, is that, and the other. You know? Everyone is perfect that you work with, every director, every writer, every co-star. And it's just fake. It's not real. It's okay to have issues with somebody that you're working with on a project so huge. You're not going to disagree with the director every single decision that they want. You're not going to agree with the piece of dialogue that the writer wrote. And I don't know what the problem is with actually saying that. Because when you're creating something, everyone has their own ideas, and it's the magic of what ends up happening in something like There Will Be Blood that is incredible. That regardless of so many, there's like over 100 people that are involved in making a movie like this. And the fact that 100 different people with 100 different ideas, with 100 different backgrounds and ways of expressing their ideas, can still make something so great, that's movie magic to me. And you know what? It's okay. Be like, hey, look, I didn't agree, and maybe we started off on the wrong foot. It took us a while to understand each other. What is the problem with actually saying that? You're being honest. And so, if Quentin Tarantino is going to be honest about how he thinks about something in any movie, okay, we're all welcome to disagree with him. I think to personally insult him and call him classless and all these different names that he's calling that other people are calling him, I think you're missing the bigger point. And the bigger point is let's have a more honest dialogue about how we feel about this thing that we love, movies. We don't have to sugarcoat anything. We don't have to cater to anyone's very tiny ego. People talk crap about Quentin Tarantino's movies all the time. He's not preventing anyone from taking it, from not saying that. He's not saying, firing personal insults at them. He's like, I'm going to make the movie that I'm going to make. If you like it, great. If you don't, okay. That's your right. And so, again, like I said in the beginning, I don't agree with Quentin Tarantino's assessment, but I'm not going to be angry with him for just speaking his mind. Anyways, what about you guys? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Smash that like button, and I'll see you guys next time.